were building the clock, right? So we'll just continue the same. Okay, so let's change this image and arrow also. We'll try to give it a real look. Clock without hands. We'll try to use any of the picture like this. But this is a paid picture. Okay, fine. We got a good quality picture. We'll just edit it now. So at first only the clock. So this is the picture that we'll use. And this same picture also have the clock hands. So we'll just edit that also. Hour, minute and second. So we'll just do the same thing. This is the hour hand like this. Same way we will also edit the minute and second hand. Okay, done. Now these pictures have a white background, so they will be cutting the real image. We should remove their background now. That is remove.bg. ये आशिक़ अलग हम चलते चलते हमको जाए मैं फिर भी तुमको चाहूँगा इस चाहत में मैं चाहूँगा. Okay. So here we have done these things. We'll just copy paste now. This is clock picture and this is our hand. Okay, done. Now we'll just try to adjust them. So remove these stuff. Here we just have a main div and a watch div. To this main, same thing, padding, display flags, align item center, justify content center. Rest of all the things I will remove. And here we have a watch div. To this watch div, I will give a height and width of 500 pixel, 500 pixel. And to this, I will set the background URL clock.png. So start, we are getting our background like this. Already you know how to handle this thing. Background is repeating. So background repeat, no repeat, background size cover. So this is our image now. Image is cutting a little bit. So you can increase the w- width of it to 550. Check it how we are getting. Okay, cool. So this is our watch now. The next task is to adjust the hour hand, minute hand, and the means technically we have to handle the hands here. Those are the images that we have. So let's try them now. In this div, at first we will add the image. In watch, which hand is at the bottom? Our .png. So we are getting this image like this. So to the display flex, align item center and justify content center. Hmm. By default, we want that all of the hand should be pointing towards 12. It means that, okay, so to this image, either you can edit it outside, you can rotate it. That will be better. So you edit them outside. because again code will be very large. So here I will just edit it. In edit, I will rotate it towards top like this. Okay. So it is pointing towards top now. Same I will do with this also. Even in CSS also we can rotate them, but edit it outside because in CSS we will use it different way. Okay, done. Edit. This is our hand, but after editing, okay, no problem. Give it a ID as our. In CSS hash our, I want it to pointed towards top. By how much degree I should rotate it? 180. Our will be getting transform in transform rotate by 180 degree. It is pointing towards top now. Now just adjust it. Means this particular thing should be adjusted at the center. So to this, I will give a position as absolute. After giving absolute, try to adjust it from top. Its parent should have a position as relative. From top 100 pixel, we'll just try. Okay, 80 pixel adjusted. If you want, you can try to adjust it a little bit from left also. 50 pixel. Okay. Left means okay, got it. 350 pixel. 250. Or ignore the left. It is already adjusted. Okay. So this is the hour hand now. Now the next thing is to adjust the minute hand. Again, we will have an image minute.png. Give it a ID as minute. By default, again it is also rotated, means it is pointing towards downward. Has minute transform. In transform, I will rotate it by 180 degree. Now minute hand is also pointing towards top. Adjust it. For adjusting, give it a position as absolute. And from top, it should be 40 pixel. We have to decrease its, so 60 pixel more 80. Okay, adjusted, but we should decrease the width of it. Keep 90 width. Hello. Okay, so I think 40 is fine. Now adjust it again. So by 100 pixel, 120. Mm, Okay, so minute hand is also adjusted. Now the same way we will also adjust the hand of second. second.png, give it a id edge second. So again it is pointing downwards. Just has second, transform it in transform, rotate it by 180 degree. If your hand is pointing towards top by default, then you don't have to give this transform. This is the second hand, we want it somewhat at top position absolute and adjust it at the top. Less 70 pixel. Okay, if you want give 60. Adjusted. Now all the three hands are adjusted somewhat properly. Now this was the very less CSS. Okay. Now let's go to JavaScript. At first call all the three hands. So let our hand equals to document dot get element by ID. ID is our. Or else you can do let hands equals to document dot get elements by tag name. Tag is img. That also we can do in single line, right? Hand 0 means hour, hand 1 means minute, and hand 2 means second. Okay. So all the three tags we have called here. Now I will create something. Let hour equals to 2. Let minute equals to 25. Let second equals to 35. Now let's say the current time is, just for a reference, the current time is 2:25 minute 35 second. Current time can be anything. So our JavaScript has the ability to find the current time by using date class. Now by using this time, we have to rotate these hands in the same way. We have to rotate these hands in the same way. Okay, let's start by the hand of second. Now it is a pure mathematics actually. This is a clock. Now, if I am saying that one complete clock has 360-degree angle. So, is it correct or not? Correct. One complete circle means 360-degree angle. Okay, fine. Now, one complete clock, the second hand will complete one circle in 60 second, right? In 60 second, the second hand will move completely in the clock, right? It means that I can write 60 seconds equals to 360 degree. I can write or not? 60 seconds equals to 360 degree, right? Then 1 second equal to 6 degree, right? Can we say this? In 1 second, how much it will rotate? 6 degree, right? Then in 35 second, how much it will rotate? 35 second. Okay, so you understood that in 1 second, the second hand will rotate by 6 degree. Okay. So when you got 35 second, now you know what JavaScript will do? Hands with the index 2. That is the second hand. It will change the style of this. In style, it will transform. In transform, it will rotate it. Write it as a string. Rotate by how much degree? Dollar and curly brackets. If I am writing second multiply by 6, correct or not? Second means 35 second multiply by 6 because in 1 second it is rotating 6 degree. DEG. This is the rotation. When we gave rotation to it by using JavaScript, then it is coming like this. It is getting rotated, right? It is getting rotated, but its size is very big. It will not be looking good. We have to decrease the width of this. So decrease the width of the second hand. Comment this code. The hand of second is very big. That's why it's not getting adjusted properly. So decrease its width. Okay, now try to adjust it. Okay. Now try to rotate it again. How it is getting rotated. So again it is leaving its position. Okay, wait. Let's rotate the hour hand. If hour is 2, so by default hour 0 dot style dot transform equals to rotate and rotate by 60 degree. We will just check one by default hands. That is the issue. This is the reason because we are rotating them with the help of CSS also. Means we have to edit them outside. These images are pointing downwards. That is the problem. Okay. We have to edit them outside now. No other option. So this is the minute, hour, and second also. I will rotate. Or else, wait, I have one hand that we can use. Wait. Hold on a minute. Okay, so let's try to use a different one now. This one, which is already pointing towards upwards. So here, this is hand dot, and for all of them, we will use the same picture. We will just decrease the size. So JavaScript is not working and CSS also not working. So by default, this is how it will be getting adjusted. Okay. Now this is the hour hand, so we should make it somewhat shorter. So ID as hour. Okay. Now make adjust it. At first, its position will be absolute and its width will be somewhat 60 pixel. Check, increase 160, 220, 280. Okay. This is the hour hand, minute and second. Decrease it somewhat more. Now the benefit of using this, it is already pointing upwards. So if you are giving it a rotate, transform of rotate, let's give it by rotate by using JavaScript. If JavaScript is rotating by 60-degree, it will not leave its center. Okay, 60-degree means it will point towards 2 and that's it. Now second image, we will use the same way. Same picture, ID as minute. And here has minute, its position as absolute, and give it a width as 300, means bigger than the hour hand. So here is the hour, here is the minute. Let's try to rotate the minute hand also by some degree to check if it is working or not. Kind of 90-degree. Okay, not leaving the center. And second also we will add JavaScript is very easy. You just have to adjust the styling. Position as absolute, its width you have to increase more than that. Hand.png. Okay, so rotate it also just to check if it is moving from its center or not. So it will be rotated by 120-degree. Now you can decrease their size actually. So this should be 240. This should be 290. Okay, cool. Now they are getting rotated and not leaving the center also. Rest of all the pictures we will delete now. Okay, our deleted. If you got good quality pictures, use different also. But they should be pointing towards upwards by default. Okay, done. Now that is our time zone. Now you have to think little bit. At first, the hand of second will move, right? Second is the third part, so I will rotate that. Hands with the indexing 2 dot style dot transform and I will rotate it. So backtick, rotate. I am writing backtick because the degree will change every time, right? Here, second multiply by 6 degree. So here it will be showing 35 second. The second hand is showing 35 or not? Showing 35 second. Change the value. 45 second. Now it should show 45 seconds. Showing or not? If I'm writing here 00 or simple 0. If I'm writing here 5 seconds. Is it showing 5 second? Correct. Second is done. Okay. Now let's talk about the hand of minute. The minute hand will rotate 360 degree in how many minutes? Check, think. The minute hand will take how much time? Let's say the minute hand will start from 12. How much time it will take to come back to 12 again? 60 minute means in 1 hour. So here we can say that 60 minute is equals to 360 degree. We can say or not, right? 60 minute equals to 360 degree. Then 1 minute equals to 6 degree again, right? 1 minute equals to 6 degree again. Yes. So we can try to write like this also. After rotating the second hand, I will write hands with the indexing 1 style. It will get transform and it will be getting rotate dollar curly brackets minute multiply by 6 degree. We can write 25 minute and 35 second. Watch is showing correct time or not? 25 minute and 35 second. Showing correct? Are you sure? Sure? Okay. Now let's talk about the hour degree. If the hour hand is starting from 12, how much time it will take to come back again? 12 hours, right? How much time it will take? 12 hours. So can I write like this that 12 hour equals to 360 degree? Then 1 hour equals to how much? 30 degree. Do it. Hour is 2. Rotate the hour hand also. Hour hand is 0 index rotated by hour multiply by 30. Now the time is 2:25, 2 hour 25 minute and 35 second. Is your watch showing the correct time? So for that you can try to increase the like this. Okay. Is your watch showing correct time? Is your watch showing correct time? No, it is showing wrong time. Now, this watch is showing wrong time now. Okay, I will tell you, you are not understanding it now. Let's say the current time is 2 hour and 55 minute. Now again you will say that it is showing correct time. Arey no, it is about to 3. Now 2:55 means it is about to 3. Then the hour hand should be near 3. It means that our hand depend on itself and the minute hand also. Correct? The hour hand depend on itself and the minute hand also. How it depend on minute hand? 1 hour me 330 degree. So I can write like this also that 60 minute equals to 30 degree. I can write or not? 60 minute equals to 30 degree. I can write. Okay. After that, 1 minute equals to 0.5 degree. It means that our hand will have two calculation. First is hour multiply by 30 plus minute multiply by 0.5. That is the actual calculation of hour. Now the hour hand is about to 3, nearby 3. Got it? If the time is 2:25, now our hand will be somewhat between 2 and 3. Moving? That is your time now, right? That is fully working clock. But we are setting the time. Can't we set it to the current time? Of course, we can. So, from where hour will come? Hour will come from new date, but it will give lot of result. August 90th, you write dot get hours, new date dot get hours, only hour you will get. Minute, from where the minute will come? New date dot get minutes. From where second will come? New date dot get second. Check it once. It is showing 11:43, right? Arey, this is the hour hand, this is the minute hand, this is the second hand. You can increase the width of second hand up to now. What is the current time? Is it showing the current time now? Now you don't have to set the time. It is showing the current time and they are getting rotated. If you refresh, the second hand will move somewhere. Moved because second changed. Second changed, but there is a small thing, and that small thing is JavaScript will give you hour more than 12 also. 13, 14, 15 like that. It will give you hours like that also. Now let's say if it is giving you 14 hour, 14. 14 means around 2, showing correctly, because rotation means after 360-degree angle will repeat themselves, so no problem if that is giving you. Okay, now this clock is working up to current time. See, after every time second hand is changing, but we want that it should change automatically, we should not refresh it. Yesterday I told you one function that after every second it will execute. Set interval, write that function again. So here I will write a function set interval. Now it takes two things. First a callback function. So I will create a arrow function, and second the time in millisecond. You want the clock to run after 990 second. Generally it should be 999 second, because internet can be slow and all that. 990 we will give. Now in the function, what we will do, you just have to change the value of these hour, minute and second. So after every second, what will be the new value of second? Second plus 1 or not? After every second, 1 second will increase. But after every second, how many minute will increase? It means that 60 second is equals to 1 minute. Then 1 second is equals to 1 by 60 minute. Calculate it. 60 to 0 point. Calculate. Calculate means open the calculator and tell me the answer. I think it will be 0.01, something like that. 0.016. So after every second, this much minute will increase. Write it. Then minute equals to previous value of minute plus 0.06. After every second, how much hour will increase? So in 1 hour, how many second are there? 3600. 3600 seconds equals to 1 hour. Then 1 second equals to how much hour? 1 by 3600. Calculate and tell the answer quickly. Hour equals to hour plus 0. I will calculate. Means by using calculator also, 1 divided by 3600. So, mm, 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 wait, 0.1 divided by 360. It is 0.00027. Is that 0.00027? But multiple 7 are there. So 8 and here 7. After every second, the value of second, minute, and hour will change. Then what we have to do? Then rotate all the hands in the same way. Because these are the three properties to rotate. Done. Done. After every second, second value is increasing by 1. And by 1 second means 6 degree. So it is getting rotated. And after every minute, minute hand will check. So we will test it for 2-3 minutes. We want to check if the minute hand is also rotating with second hand or not. And then we will close this project. Then that much only is needed here. So after every second, the second hand is rotating. By the way, this project was not in the list. It just came out of the box. We will check it for 2-3 minutes. Now, if I am refreshing, in refreshing, JavaScript will start from top. Whatever is the current time, JavaScript will set that. And after that, every 1 second, it will change. So it's 11:50 now, showing the correct time. And our hand is about to reach 12, right? Because we are doing that. That is your clock now. See how much JavaScript we are writing in this. Huh? Instead of adding second, why not get the time using the method of the time like above? That is also a correct option. You can find the exact time. You don't have to add anything. But again, calculation is all up to you, right? You will notice that minute hand is also moving, right? It went top, pointing towards 51. Okay, so let's see what we can change in this code now. Here we are doing second equals to second, minute, hour. Okay, that also you can change. Real time you can take by using new. Means same thing you can do inside also. Instead of doing this addition, subtraction. That is also a nice thing. Okay. And after 990 second it will run. Code is same again. Okay. Now also it will work. You just have to count. If you can count, or you can take it from real way like this. Okay. So like this, I was writing manual time, means I was doing the manual calculation. The reason is it depends on internet speed. You will notice this change whenever the second hand is reaching 12. After that, there will be a millisecond lag in the watch. If you are every time finding the data from internet, it means that this is the function. Every time it will find the second, hour, and minute from the internet instead of calculating in the DOM. That also you can do. Now notice when the second hand is reaching 12, there will be a little lag there. Notice that lag? A little lag is there. And you will notice one more change here. That change is this minute hand is moving exactly when the second hand is reaching 12. Then only it will move completely. But it should move with the rotation of second hand, right? In a real watch, have you seen that minute hand is ticking? No, you will just check it moving. It does not tick with respect to second. The reason is it will be here, but when the hour hand is reaching at the top, then quickly it will go by one rotation. That is because we are finding the time from internet. We are not doing our calculation in DOM. So notice it again like that. But that is the lag in this watch now. That's why I was not writing the code by finding it from internet. What I was doing is the code is calculated now. Let's try if we are getting the lag this time or not. Something is missing in code, guys. Arey, listen, listen, listen. Now, check when the second hand is reaching 12. Are we still getting that lag or not? Are you getting any lag? No lag. Why? Because now minute is updating after every second. You are not updating the minute after 60 second. Now it is getting updated 0.016 every 1 second, so that you will not feel any lag. And this is how your all the analog clock works. Same coding is written in all the watches using a microprocessor, obviously, but that is how it is written. That is the code. Lag, no lag. But minute hand is moving for sure, because every 1 second we are moving it by 0.0167. So second change is not visible to us. Don't zoom it. We'll just check when the time is exactly 12. At that time, it should show us the right time. So minute hand is moving or not? It is moving, but this time it is moving with every second. And last time it was moving after every 60 second. So there was a lag. That's why I was not fetching the code from internet. Now, there was a one more problem in the last watch. What was the problem? The problem was, now let's say if I close the internet of my laptop now, then also this will work. Why? Because JavaScript will not fetch code from internet every time. Calculation is going on. Calculation can done in the offline also. But if the you were fetching the code like this inside also, every time JavaScript should be connected with internet, then only it can fetch. Now this code will, if it is loaded in one time, it will work fine. But there is no guarantee that it will look good in mobile also, because we are using position absolute. In mobile, we have to adjust it by using media queries. So let's test in mobile also. So, oh wow, surprise! It is looking good in mobile also. So it is 11:59. Is it showing 11:59? Yes, it is showing without any lag. It is showing 11:59, and the next minute, done. All the three will meet at the same place. You will notice that our hand is almost covered by the minute hand, and now they are about to meet. At least someone is meet. And that's it. Check the system time, correct 12. Check the watch time, correct 12. It is working fine. It will work fine. Now we can deploy it. See how much JavaScript we are writing. A lot of JavaScript. 60 line of JavaScript. 15. Just upload all the files. Building anything is really easy. It's not at all difficult. Just go step by step. We will deploy it by using Netlify or Vercel, anything you can use. So whenever the website is opening, first time it will find the time by using internet and then keep on updating automatically. Project name I will write clock. Clock is not available. S hyphen clock dot netlify dot app. Check in mobile and let me know. s hyphen clock dot netlify dot app. Check it and let me know quickly. Is it working fine? Okay, done. So that was the clock project using the set interval. Yesterday we were also discussing about a topic that was asynchronous JavaScript. Now this clock is built by using asynchronous JavaScript, by the way, right? This clock is built by using asynchronous JavaScript. And which function is used here? Set interval. Next is set timeout. Before set interval, we have seen the set timeout. Now let's discuss about something that is called as callback function. That is called callback function. So if someone is asking you that what is asynchronous JavaScript, so what will be your answer? That asynchronous JavaScript is a way of executing other task when one task is taking some wait time or time delay. That is called asynchronous JavaScript. Now we can do it by using set time out. To this, I will provide a function. Function is, let's say, anything. This is the function name and then the wait period. Here we are not writing function like this. It means that you are trying to call the function, call it directly. But I am, instead of that, I am writing QWERT. That is called call back function. Okay, let's try to understand it in a simple way. Whenever you are getting call in your mobile, whenever you are getting call in your mobile, so you will get three options. You will get option to lift the call or pick the call or drop the call. There will be one message section also. If you tap that message section, there will be many messages written that driving right now in a meeting, right? There only you will see a message like that. I'll call you back. There is a message like this or not? I'll call you back. What does it mean? That I will call you after some time. I will call you. Uh, this is the meaning of this message, that I will call you after some time. Same is your callback functions. Callback functions are passed as an argument to another function. What are the callback function? They are they are passed as argument to other function. They are not called or used immediately. The another function will decide. The another function will decide when to use the function. For an example, let's say you are writing a function of check square. Now this check square will or function of hello. There is a function of hello. If I am writing console.log hello everyone. If I am writing hello brackets, what does it mean? I am calling the hello function. Let's go to compiler now, or else let's create a folder. 90th August. Here we will create the file style.css script.js. In HTML file, all the basic code we will prepare. Async.js. Now in JavaScript, I will simply write that there is a function of hello, and this function is printing hello everyone to the console. Hello everyone to the console. If we are starting this website, go to console. Are we getting something in console? No, because we have to call the function. So what I will do, I will call this function. We got hello everyone. Refresh. We got hello everyone. So whenever you are writing hello, it means that you are trying to call it. But call back means I will write set time out. Now it takes the function. I will not write hello like this. If I am writing hello like this means I am trying to execute it quickly. I will give it as a callback function. So in this example, the hello function, the hello function is passed as a callback function which will be called back by set timeout, which will be called by set time out. So what I will do here, I will write set time out hello comma 3 second. So check 1 2 3. We got check 1 2 3. Got right. Now, are we calling the hello function? No, it is a callback function. Who is calling this? Set timeout. If I am calling it directly, check quickly. It is getting executed quickly. You want it to get executed quickly? No, array, it has a wait time of 3 seconds. It is not supposed to get quickly. It should wait for 3 seconds, but it is getting executed quickly because you are calling it directly. Here, it should be handled by set timeout. Understood the callback function? And I will tell you one more thing here, and that thing is asynchronous JavaScript. Asynchronous JavaScript is the part of advanced JavaScript, right? Don't try to understand it in one day. Spend at least 7 days on each topic and revise it completely. Then only you will understand it, right? This is not like normal HTML or normal DOM that you will understand in one day. You will never understand in one day, right? Even if you have lot of experience in coding, then also it is confusing. Give yourself a time, understand each and every bit. However, I will teach it in a very simple way. So that is called the callback function. That okay, currently we are not executing it. It will be called back by the set time out. So are you providing this hello as an argument, right? We are providing this hello as a argument. The same is called the callback function. Same is called the callback function. So what is happening in this case? Here, hello function is passed as an argument. How it is passed? It is passed as an argument, right? That's why it is callback function. What it is? Callback function, because it will be called later, not now. And who will call? Wherever you are passing it. Wherever you are passing it. These are the callback functions. Okay. So yesterday I told you that whenever you are having callback, this we will use, why we use callback? If someone is asking you that why do we use callback, answer is for using asynchronous JavaScript. That is the answer. We are using set timeout to asynchronous JavaScript. So we use callback to use asynchronous JavaScript. Now this callback will give birth to callback hell. Means callback will have lot of problem. Stop using mobile, guys. Callback will give birth to callback hell. Now for solving this callback hell, we will use promises. But promises will create other problems and very bigger problems. The promises will create the promise chaining, right? Promise chaining means multiple things will be linked. Even if you want to do something, you can't do anything. Promise chaining. For solving this promise chaining, then you will get async and await. This is the complete. Yesterday also I told, today also. So this is the call back. Okay. Let's understand one thing. We have a function of check square function. We have a function of check square. I will pass the value of, it will take one num. After taking one number, what this function will do, set time out and arrow function I will create. In set timeout, it will print the square num multiply by num after 2 second. After 2 second, call this check square function and check the square of 5. So after 2 second, it should say 25. It is saying 25. Yes, that is a callback function because it is getting called after some time. Okay, fine. Let's check the square of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What is the problem here? And the problem is all the check square function will stop for 2 seconds and then at a time all will give their output. Do you want like that? How we want? At first we should get the output of check square 1, then 2 second wait, then check square 2, then 2 second wait, check square 3, then 2 second wait, check square 4, then 2 second wait, check square 5. So if this is the code, that is called, that is next thing, that is called nested callback. Nested, you understand, one inside the other, nested if else, nested for loop, nested callback, and this nested callback is only called callback hell. So understand. Now whenever we are executing a asynchronous task, or when we are executing multiple and similar asynchronous task, all the task will stop for the same period of time, and after the time delay all will give the output at the same time. At the same time that we are checking here also, that if we are writing our code like this, all the function will stop for 2 seconds and after that all will give output quickly. All of them will give the output at the same time. At the same time. So in this example, we have already checked that yes, that is happening here. Okay, but we want the output one after the other, one after the other. What we want is we want the output one after the other. For that kind of output, we have to use nested call back. What we have to do? Nested call back. Okay, go back to JavaScript. Now check square function will take two things. One number it will take, and it will also take one callback. It will also take one callback. Means if you want to check square of any other number, this check square will take one number. Let's say you gave 5. It will say 25. Then it will check, are you want or do you want square of any other number? Then keep on, keep on. So what will do at first? it will print the square. After that, it will check if callback. Callback means, in JavaScript, I think I have told you that non-empty string are true, right? So I am providing the same value, that if you want to check the square of any other number, then execute the function. If callback, callback. Now, whenever you are checking the square of 1, I will keep a comma and create a arrow function here. In this arrow function, I will check the square of 2. After 2 also I want to check the square of another number. Then one more callback function. Check square 3. Here also I want to check the square. Check square 4. Here also I want to check the square. Check square 5. Let's go back, and 1, 4, 9, 16 and 25. Now it is giving us the output in the way we want. Giving or not? Yes, it is giving the output in the way we want. Nested callback. Nested means one inside the other, one inside the other, one inside the other. This is a situation of nested callback. What is this? This is a situation of nested callback, which is also called callback hell. We call it as hell because the code is very confusing and hard to update. Now, as a developer, I can see your faces now, right? As a developer, I can check your face, what you are thinking. Now think about a normal person or who is just checking your code for the first time. How they will read this code? What is this arrow? Someone will take one day to find which bracket is ending where. That's why we call it as callback hell. No, no. Like this, we can't execute it, right? Like this, we can't execute it. It is working fine, giving the output, but check how it is giving the output. So 1, then next output, 2 2 second break, and then it is giving us the next output. But fine, no problem. But the case is, how is this code? Arrow function, arrow function, arrow function, arrow function. If you deleted a single thing also, find the error and do the debugging. Very difficult. Now this is the callback hell. And why it is a callback hell? Just check the code. Scary. It's a scary code. This situation is only called the callback hell. Okay. So you understood callback function, nested callback and callback hell. Okay. We can solve the problem of callback hell by using promises. By the way, in real terms, what is a promise? In real terms, on a normal way, what is a promise? Because the promise of real life is related to commitment. Yes, kind of, we can say commitment. So if I am writing that a promise is something which will either force us to do something or else stop us from doing something. That is only the promise. Just try to think all the cases of promise. Promise are always something which will either force us to do something or else stopping us from doing something. Now, let's say you promised someone that I will never abuse, just a normal promise. Now, you will, if you want that it will stop you, that don't abuse, or else if you promised someone that, okay, every day I will go to temple. Now, even if you, it is raining, you don't want to go, but forcefully you will go there, right? So a promise is something which will either force you to do something or else stop you that don't do this. That is only the promise. But what is the use of promises in JavaScript? It's an advanced JavaScript part. Understand it. Okay. This is a promise. I have a simple thing and I'm just passing the same thing to you because you are going to be in the corporate after some time and you are going to enjoy the life or watch the life. There are three state where you should be aware. This is my personal experience. Never give promise when you are very happy. Never. If somebody is making you very happy and then you give promise means blunder. Don't give any promise when you are very happy. Never take a decision when you are sad. Never take any decision, never when you are sad. Because sad mind is the mind of a devil and happy mind is a mind of Lord Shiva. Means they can give any boon to anyone without realizing that they will become a bad person or whatever, right? These are like my two personal observations that you should never promise when you are very happy. Promise when you are in a normal state of your mind because there are a lot of problems then. A lot. And never make any decision. Yeah, even when you are angry, sad or angry, I'll say both. These things you should keep in your mind. It's your personal choice, but this is my personal observation that you should never give promise when you are happy. Right? Just a short story about it. So there was a girl in my relative. She came to my house one day and there was, I think, a family function. She was talking to my mom and she was helping my mom very much, like doing this, that. And like generally the female softer side. So after that, girl said that, Auntie, I want a job. You can ask to Shivam. And then my mom came in the form of a mom. She called me immediately that Shivam, there is one candidate and you have to give job. I was also in a, maybe some mom is saying means I can't deny. I said, okay, just let her know. I don't know her actually at that time. It's been 2.5 years till now that she joined my company. She don't know HTML. From 2.5 years, she is learning HTML. Means I have some of the recorded videos for my employees of every domain. Now, if somebody has joined as a backend developer, I have some videos of a Spring Boot. I have some videos of Java. If somebody is joining as front-end developer, I have some videos that I give to them to get training and then you can start working. 2.5 years, exactly. just because my mom gave a promise. So in starting, I took it very casually, very casually. It was like after 6 months, I just called my. She came to Hyderabad, by the way, and I talked with my mom that in office she's just scrolling the mobile and other are working, and it will affect others also. Because in office there is no relation, nothing. Everyone is same. Even I am also same there. So I talked to my mom, and then mom said, "Okay, I'll talk to her." I said, "Okay, let her take the time, but she should learn something." So I have a portal where I will track that what you are learning. After 6 months, I think there are only 10 videos of HTML. She was on the third video. After 6 months, third video, literally. She's not even opening the videos. Now getting salary. So after 6 months, she spent 6 months in Hyderabad and all. Then I talked to my mom, and it's just creating a bad environment here now. It's not good. Then my mom called that girl, and she like started crying that I'm not understanding anything, this, that. Then again, my mom came into the softer side, and my mom called me then asked me that what is the actual problem that you have with her. I said like she's every time on her mobile and she's not learning anything. Using mobile is not a big task. I am not tracking anything, but others will complain na that every 2 3 hours she's on mobile only and not doing anything, not even opening the laptop. So then my mom said that okay, you have the problem of her using mobile, then give work from home. And that girl is from 2 years, she's on complete work from home. I don't even know what project she's working on and how many. No, she haven't worked anything, right? And whenever I am checking the admin panel, means we have an admin panel to check how much active a employee is. She's not even opening laptop from 10 days. So that is the promise given by my mom, and I am just still bearing it from last 2.5 years. 6 months she was in Hyderabad. After that, from last 2 years, she's at her home. I don't know what she's doing. I don't even know that she is opening laptop or not. I have stopped checking. So never give any promise when you are happy and don't take any decision when you are sad. Otherwise, it's gonna difficult. Sir, JavaScript is very lengthy. It will give you salary in 6 7 digits. It is supposed to be lengthy. Nowadays, everyone break promise easily. No, I personally know lot of peoples who don't break their promise. Yeah, she's getting salary for 2 years. She's on complete work from home. So in this June, I went to my home. I was on a long vacation. I think 15 days. There was no class, even from my own organization also. Then she's getting enough, I think. I should not say the salary of anyone, but she's getting enough salary. Like enough means she can enjoy her lifestyle. Because I have a strict policy, minimum pay. Either I will not hire anyone. If we are hiring any intern also, we will give them a salary of a normal developer. So I have a policy. Nobody takes promise seriously. No, I know some peoples that they take their promise very seriously. Sun can rise from the west. They will not break their promise. How to apply to my company? Talk to my mom. But sir, what about your policies? See, there is a policies means not no policy is greater than mom. Every policy will go into her feet. She'll not talk. She'll not care about anything. Should be work properly. This is not Yeah, she should work properly. And I gave lot of give her contact number, please. No, already I am bearing one, so I don't want to bear the second one also. Even, she was just helping my mom a lot in the kitchen, and at that time, and my mom became very happy and gave the promise that, okay, I'll talk to Shim, he will give you job definitely. That is the only sentence of my mom that, and so in this June, I was at my home for a longer vacation. Then I talked with my mom that it's not good. Like we are paying by like from 2 years. I don't even know what she's doing, where she's going, right? And she's not even opening the office laptop, not even logging, checking the mails, right? Generally, there are some mails to everyone, right? And she's a different entity, very different. So last month, we were on a trip, office trip. So we sent a mail to everyone. She haven't even opened the mail till now. The entire team went for the vacation, came back. She don't even know this. That is the condition. So I talk with my mom that now we should take action. This is not good. Then mom asked me two questions. First question was, did you give any increment to her in last 2 years? I said, on what basis I should give increment? Increment are based on two things. First is experience, second is performance, right? So she has no experience and no performance, so no increment. Then she said, are you going bankrupt by giving that much money? I said, no. Then she said, continue. I said, okay, continue. So that is the condition. That is just because of promise. And I even stopped caring about that now. Mom's number. No, no, I don't want to take risk now. Work not done but given the salary. Is it possible? These industry. I don't know about industry, but I know about myself that yes, I am giving. No, I am not the good CEO. Not at all. I am the strictest person there. Just it was just a promise by my mom that still I am bearing that. Otherwise, after that, I took a line for myself that never hire someone that you can't fire. Never. Generally, I don't fire anyone because lot of things are there. But after that incident, I took it in my brain that never hire someone that you can't fire. After that, other my cousins and lot of relatives, I said, please find something else. I will refer you somewhere, but just don't join me. Because you will always see that okay, this is our own organization, so we can do anything, we can chill, but that's not a good environment. I can't kill my other employees confidence and trust. So just like that. Okay, let's come back to promises. Now we have to solve this problem by using promises in JavaScript. Again, I am saying it will take you time to understand these concepts. Just understand them in a easy way. Promises in JavaScript. Promise is an object in JavaScript. What is promise? It is an object in JavaScript. Now let's say you ordered something from Amazon. Ordered something from Amazon. And you by paying online means you have done a prepaid. You have already paid the money to Amazon. You have a trust on Amazon, right? You have a trust. So promises works on trust. That yes, you have a trust on Amazon that you want a product from Amazon by paying online. But there are two situations. What are the two situation? Order can be delivered. Amazon can deliver your product. Second condition is Amazon can cancel the order and give refund. Cancel the order and give refund. They are the two condition. At one condition, Amazon can deliver your order, and the second one, Amazon will give the refund. When the Amazon is giving the order or delivering the order, this is the condition of resolve. This is the condition of resolve. When Amazon is canceling the order, it is the condition of reject. That is the condition of reject. It will give you the refund, it will return your money. Whenever the sale is going on and you ordered a product and it product got out of stock quickly, so Amazon will give you a refund that we can't deliver this. It happened with me one time. And then there are the two state. So promise is an object in JavaScript which has two parameters, resolve and reject. What is this? It has two parameters, resolve and reject. Resolve and reject. So how we will create it? So this code I will comment out. I will solve this check square problem. This is a callback hell. This code is the callback hell. We will solve this callback hell by using promise. But all the code is comment out till now. Okay. So here we will understand a simple thing. We will understand it like let P equals to new promise. Object means we have to create like this only. Let P equals to new promise. Array date is an object. Then you were writing let D equals to new date. That's how you were writing. Now promise is also an object. So let P equals to new promise. P equals to new promise. And promise will take a callback function. Okay, done. And it will have two state, one state of resolve and one state of reject. Like this, you can create any promise object, right? Like this, we can create any object of promise. Now, in this way, let's try to print this P on the console. We should check what is actually a promise. So when we are printing the promise to console, it is printing a promise. Open it. Promise has a prototype, means all the object will have the prototype. Then it has the promise state as pending. So that we will understand that all the promise will have three state. Will have three state. Means what? If you have given promise to someone, there are the three things that you can do. Pending means you are not able to decide what you should do. Resolve, or that is called fulfilled, means you are fulfilling the promise, right? Now let's try to understand it. Okay, you have given a promise to someone that I will share anything, any object, that I will share anything with you by tonight. Now this is a promise that you have given to someone, anything. Let's say I will share picture with you by tonight. Now there can be the three state. One is the pending state. Now the message is that I will share picture with you by tonight. Means till night The promise is in the pending state because we have to wait till night, because the person has said that they will share the picture by tonight. So till night, the promise is in the pending state. We don't know what will happen. Anything can happen. If you received the picture, your promise got fulfilled. But if they are not sending the picture, means promise is rejected. So these are the three state of any promise. That all the promise will have three state: pending, fulfilled, and rejected. So understand, the promise will be in the pending state whenever the promise will be in the pending state when we are not resolving it, resolving it, or rejecting it. Now let's say if you are saying this sentence that I will share picture with you, no deadline. Now this promise will be in the pending state forever. Until and unless you are sending your picture, then it will be fulfilled. Or you are saying, no, I will not share. No, NOPE, like no, will not share. Then rejected. But until you are not rejecting it or you are not fulfilling it, it will be in the pending state. So it will be in the pending state when we are not resolving it or rejecting it. When the when the promise is resolved, then the state of promise will be fulfilled. State will be fulfilled. Now let's try to check it. So what I will do in this promise, we are having resolve and reject. I will resolve this promise, means this is a inbuilt function of JavaScript. Resolve. Go there. So here promise is printing on console. What is the state of promise? Fulfilled. Because promise got resolved. If you are saying no, reject, you are rejecting the promise. At that time, what is the state of promise? Rejected. So there are the three state of the promise: pending, fulfilled, and rejected. Third state is when the promise is when we are calling reject, then the state of promise will be rejected. These are the state of this promise. Okay. So let's try to understand it with a different way now. Last time we were having a function, right? Function of check square we were having. Okay. Understand it. So here we have a function of check square. Okay. I will remove it. And I will remove the callback also. This function will not return direct value. This function will return a promise now. Return new promise. And promise should be a arrow function. And promise will have two parameter: resolve, comma, reject. Resolve, comma, reject. So in the notes also I will mention that note resolve and reject both are the inbuilt function of Java script promises. These are the inbuilt. Now, what this check square num, what it is returning? A promise. Now, what we will do, I will check here if number is greater than 0. If number is greater than 0, then I will print console dot log or no. Means we will only check the square of positive numbers. If number is greater than 0, then resolve. Resolve the promise, else reject the promise. Else reject the promise. Now I will call the function check square with -4. What will be the function? Uncaught. Now it is saying undefined. Means this function is now printing the something that we are not handling it. Okay, go back. What I will do here, remove it. Before resolve, I will also print console.log num multiply by num and call the function check square with value as 5. In console it is printing 25. Here, if I check the promise now, if we check the promise now, this one, that this function is returning. Okay, ignore it for a minute and this also. Hmm. What I will do, let's go back to the previous state. Let P equals to new promise, and arrow function. Promise will have two object, one resolve and one reject. And here we will print the promise, but before printing the promise, we will resolve it. We will resolve it. Okay, check. So refresh and then we are printing the P to console. Go back to previous state. Okay. So we are resolving this promise and then we are printing the P. So promise state is coming as fulfilled. If I am resolving this with a value that operation successful, operation successful. So you will see that promise state is fulfilled and the result of promise is operation successful. If I am rejecting this, reject operation terminated. Operation terminated. There also you will get this result. State is rejected and the result of promise is operation terminated. That also we can do that like this. While calling the resolve or reject, we can also set the result of the promise. Now, for an example, if we are writing something like this, in you are rejecting it, but you are also giving the output that operation terminated. Operation terminated. Now, let's for a moment, I will create a variable here, let num equals to 4. and I will pass the value of num inside the function and check the if the value of num is less than 0, means it is a negative number, then I will reject it. I will reject it with the value number is negative, else I will resolve it. And how I will resolve? Num multiply by num. Check the promise now. Here we are getting promises rejected and value is nan. Why promise is rejected? Promise is rejected means this part is working, but our number is 4. But number is 4. If I am writing something like this, minus 2, in that also promise rejected. If I am writing 4 here, or let's try to write a normal condition that num, if num, by the way, this num is a parameter. Don't think that this num will be passed here. Don't think like that. This is separate. Every time you will get a not a number value. So I'm just telling that this is how promises are rejected or fulfilled with a answer also, right? Like this. Now what we will do, okay, time is running. Now how, this is how you declare any promise, how to use a promise. For that we have dot then and dot catch that we will discuss tomorrow, right? Not today, it's getting very long. So these are the promises. You read these notes of promises. It's confusing again, I am saying, but just try to understand the things. And tomorrow again we will discuss the promises. Got it? Till then you can complete the clock. Okay. I'll give you the code. Fine guys, we'll connect again tomorrow. You can leave now.